And welcome to another episode of South Texas Crossfire. This is attorney Joe Flores reminding you to join us each and every week right here on KTMV with the Lopez family. Special thanks to Don Humberto Lozano Lopez. He passed away in 2011, but he's honored, he's venerated, and he's never forgotten by this show or anybody associated with the show. And thanks to Carlos Lopez, a great friend, and you guessed it, the Ted Turner of South Texas Broadcasting. We want to bring on somebody that we are always honored to bring on, but it's something very special because she's inspired Latinas. She's inspired a whole entire Hispanic community. She's inspired South Texas because now she is your newest port commissioner, Barbara Canales. Welcome, Barbara.
Thank you. I'm really very, very honored to serve on this commission, Joe. You know, I don't have to tell you how important it is to our economy and to our community, the Port of Corpus Christi, and the fifth largest in the nation. And we, sometimes we drive by, our industry area and we see it, we think we know what's going on, but there is so much more than meets the eye as far as some of the manufacturing and some of the plants and some of the new initiatives that are going on. And I just want to be able to learn as much as I can, be a very positive influence for bringing the port, into the next decade here with strong growth and being able to report back to the community, because I feel like that's one of the missing elements that we just as ordinary citizens, we don't really know all of the initiatives that are going on. And sometimes it's because not for any other reason, just that we need to have that nexus, and I think I can be that person.
Now, Barbara, again, congratulations. And as we have said time and time again, we need a diversity in our leadership in economic development, in the city council. And we also need that to inspire kids and to inspire the whole community. Tell us about your background and what made you and motivated you to apply.
Well, I actually told this story earlier, so I don't mind repeating it. I was at a Girl Scout event called Power of the Purse, and I attended, as I do, all the other great events that are held at the Ortiz Center. But on this particular occasion, I stood in the lobby area and I looked up at the photographs on the wall that represent our commission and our board. And I said, it doesn't seem like there's anybody like me there. And, I like to see women in public service positions. I've always been, interested in politics and in ways to be a contributor to our community, and it just seemed like there was something missing there. I'm very proud to be a Latina, but I thought, not only am I a Latina, but I'm a qualified Latina. So I can bring all of the passion that I feel that I have, but I can do so in a way that is really no one can question, because my background makes me perfectly suited. So I had these thoughts, Joe, and then lo and behold, a vacancy, to everybody's surprise, became available, and with the resignation of Mike Scott. And so it was in my mind, and I said, I'm going to go apply. So, never really knowing that would, materialize in the way that it did, but I'm so happy that I was selected.
And as far as your background goes, I mean, you're a lawyer. You have a geology, petrochemical background, and you're also a business person. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's what they say. It was not an easy discipline for me. I'm definitely way more verbal than I am nonverbal. But I will tell you that it was hard-earned, that degree, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm very proud of the fact that, I had the opportunity to intern for some great natural resource companies. I know no one's going to believe this, but my mother has a picture. If anybody wants to see it, I bet we could even dig it out. It's me with the Champlin Refinery hat on, it's probably at age 19. And I think everybody thought it was so, funny because I was so girly that, I had to wear Red Wing boots to work every day and a Champlain hat. But, I'm very proud of the fact that I had those experiences. And I'm a people person, so I take every friendship, every connection, every relationship that I make along my way in my life very seriously. And it's kind of a great honor when somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, do you remember me? We worked in the field with you, that summer that you came to work for Conoco or for Champlain or for, the different people I worked for." And, those are the greatest moments. And so I have a lot to draw on. In my law profession, I've done a lot of oil and gas work. I have a real appreciation for what natural gas can do for South Texas and our economy. And I've been preaching that for a decade already. So I feel like I am perfectly poised for this job, Joe.
And basically, you come from a very entrenched historical family yourself, starting with Dr. Hector P. Garcia, which many of us are so inspired by, the scholarships today that you yourself are helping with, the Hector P. Garcia, MD, Ico Garcia, Cleo, Dr. Cleo, your father, who's been a role model for many of us up-and-coming lawyers. We admire his practice, and God bless him and everything he's done for this community. But how do you see the historical background in your family and the port, and what do you bring to the table as a new commissioner?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an enormous. In fact, one of the exciting things that's happening is that the port is going to be planning strategically, for the next decade. And I think that, with the onset of Eagleford Shell and the incredible, new output that we now see, it's going to change the way we're already supplying. It's hard to believe, but our neighbor, Mexico, gets oil from us, rather than, we supply, we supply Mexico. I don't know why that seems intuitively strange to me, because you would think that such a nation that's so, resource rich, would be helping us. So what is happening with the economy and oil is just tremendous. But I also predict that as you said, some of our cleaner energy alternatives like wind is going to play a big role. We just have a very unique port because we have the ability from rail and ship and trucking to the Joe Fulton International Corridor to tackle all three transportation modes. And so we are a very desirable place with our deep water access to the Gulf of Mexico for businesses to say, "Hey, I think I want to locate my plant, my facility right here." And nothing could be more illustrative of that fact than M&G Plastics, who yesterday, for the first time I got to hear, they make all our plastic, water bottles that we drink. They're an Italian company, and they're coming in with a $700 million investment, here in Corpus Christi, at the port. So, boy, Joe, this is an exciting time that we're in. And I'm also moved by the role models that have come before us, but I want to be a part of that team of visionaries. So I consider this an incredible opportunity for me. And like I said, my goal is to share what I learned with everybody else.
And you bring out some interesting points. One of the things that I want to share with the public, since a lot of us don't know a lot of the stats about the port, it's one of the largest ports in the United States. And, what is your vision for the port and the port industry here, and especially educating those people that don't know a lot about the Port of Corpus Christi?
Yeah, well, and I'm going to be part of a great team. The commissioners are just represent sort of the policy-making body, but what I have learned in the last 2 days of being at the port is that the staff is pretty incredible. And, from human resources to the engineering, staff to all the people that, come in between, we have an incredible infrastructure in place. I didn't do that. It's been being built by people before me. But what I personally want to do with this chance that I have of being the port commissioner is to extend out to the community. And this is just, everybody has to follow their nature. You are who you are. And I'm the type of person that I want to figure out what is my connection to the schools. How can I get involved with programs that, our young people can figure out what's going on over here and in our backyard, and maybe inspire them to become, whether it's engineers or designers or entrepreneurs. There is room for people who want to build businesses to be inspired by what's going on out here. And, I guess somewhere, I like to say I'm going to learn everything I need to do about the issues that are at hand, but I'm also going to try to extend out a little bit, Joe, and say, how can I serve as inspiration for maybe, the kids in the classroom that might want to be a woman in engineering. I know there weren't that many when I graduated, and I think that we have to be in these positions so that people can look at us and, find role models. And I know I had them, and I like that idea. So that's my personal vision, is I want to be able to serve and provide inspiration through all the talented people that are already there at the port, and show them off, showcase them to our kids and to the world, for that matter. So I want everybody to know how important the Port of Corpus Christi is.
Barbara, one of the things that, as a port commissioner, that I want to congratulate you on is your courage for applying and, breaking that glass ceiling. You've shattered it, and you have been an inspiration to men and women alike in the Latino community and in South Texas. But what do you bring to the table as a port commissioner, in your opinion?
One of the first things that I asked this morning is, hey, where can I get my ID tag? Because I'm anxious to bring people over here who have an interest in finding, out about the specific opportunities that we have. If I'm a multi-billion-dollar company, well, I kind of already know, because I've got teams of people, strategists and marketers. But what if I'm a little guy? How can I benefit by what's going on? And I think what we're going to have to do is, there are many opportunities. I think that one of the ones I heard about this morning was we're going to have a great conference in the month of October, where the port is participating with the Eagleford Shale Consortium. And there's going to be an entire section devoted to, businesses and the application of businesses to provide a service that maybe some of these port industry folks need. And so that's a great example of being able to serve as a conduit to information. But I think just coming to take a tour, making the port accessible. People forget, this doesn't belong to one person. This belongs to Nueces County. And it is by legislative authority that we are created, and that means, we all are stakeholders. And I think it really makes you feel good when you know that your community is making an investment in you, because if we don't have growth, Joe, we can't have better schools, we can't have better job opportunities. And our kids, they don't want to come back to their community where they were raised. And so I want to be able to provide that information, and that's a great point you make, and I'm going to make sure that I'm a good ambassador for business people who say, hey, what's out there for me? I will tell you the website is fantastic, and I would encourage everybody to Google the Port of Corpus Christi .com, because they're going to find a wealth of information like I did when I was making my application, and that's a good place to start. But I'm going to get armed and ready, and I hope you'll have me back on your program so I can come up with phone numbers and concrete, people to talk to as to how do I get involved? How can I what kind of business opportunities are available for me?
Well, and I know you've got to go. You're in high demand with the media right now. Everybody wants to talk to you, and you, for the first time, on all the comments and the caller times, were totally positive after your article, and you were just sworn in recently, and we congratulate you for that. Everybody was overwhelmingly in support of you, whether you were white, Hispanic, black. The whole community has come behind you for support and showing that you really, really are an inspiration to us all. And I commend you for that. So what do you want to say in the last few minutes? I always give you those closing arguments. What do you want to tell our audience?
Every time you go down I-37, every time you come down, every time you go to the Ortiz Center, and every time you see a ship come in, the more you know, the more exciting it is to live here. And the more that you can share it with somebody else. And, sometimes we see things every day, but we don't see them. We just pass them by, and we don't understand the value and the importance. And I would like to make sure that as long as we all live here together, that we understand the value and the importance of these industries to our community. And also, that's how we achieve balance. As critical issues come up and as the community has both concerns and or just general questions, I want to be able to be the type of port commissioner that can answer those questions. And I want to make sure that we can balance their concerns with growth for our community. So I think what a great idea. I would like that opportunity.
Have you been arrested or are potentially facing criminal charges? You need a trial attorney who is well-versed in the courtroom. Joe Flores has handled hundreds of criminal cases and many of them to trial. Joe Flores can provide you with competent representation to protect your constitutional rights in state and federal court. Joe Flores can help if you have been arrested or facing criminal charges. The law offices of Joe Flores. Equal justice for all. Call River City Hospice for your loved one's care today. River City Hospice is a compassionate, patient-centered healthcare provider with a unique approach to medical care and support for people at the end of life and their families. River City Hospice focuses on maintaining dignity, increasing quality of life, and providing comfort and reducing pain due to illness. Hospice care allows your loved one to be treated with dignity and respect and gives them the right to choose. Call 882-5900 today. Hope, dignity, and love. It's got to be River City Hospice.
Hi, this is attorney and board-certified nurse practitioner Joe Flores on behalf of Vasquez Flores Home Health. Nursing homes have their place, but having care in your own home is very important. Call today for more information. Backed by over 20 years of experience, registered nurse Priscilla Vasquez can answer your questions about home care. Call 881-9922. That's 881-9922 today.
I do want to thank everybody. I specifically want to thank the Commissioner's Court for selecting me, for having the confidence and the courage to choose me. I won't let them down. I will work very hard. You know me. I'm a good student as far as when I'm given a bunch of information. I told everybody this morning at my swearing in that I didn't know I was going to summer school, but I am, and my summer school class is Port of Corpus Christi 101, and I intend to graduate with high honors. And I'll tell you another thing I want to tell everybody is that I am very proud to be, and I'm not the first, and I'm not even the second, but I'm very proud to represent the Hispanic community. And I hope that this serves as a great reminder that we are and can have a seat at the table if we work hard and create the opportunities for ourselves. And I look forward to delivering my message both in English and in Spanish. And I think that's going to be something that's very important to the Hispanic community. And, a lot of the countries that we work with are Spanish-speaking countries. And I think it's important that Corpus Christi have somebody on the Port Commission that can address them in their native language. And I intend to do that. So just a great honor. I'm very, very thankful and humbled, and can't wait to get to work.
Y ahora también mencionaste también que hablas nuestro idioma español y queremos saludar a la gente de México y Sur de América y todos que hablan nuestro idioma español que van a hacer negocio con el puerto de Corpus Christi. ¿Qué quieres informar a ellos y qué información los quieres dar?
Quiero dar las gracias para darme la oportunidad para servir el condado de Nueces. Y quiero extender mis brazos, mi mano, para decir que tienen amistad aquí en Corpus Christi. Y es mi deseo que todos nosotros podemos apreciar lo que es hablar dos idiomas, nada más para apoyarnos en nuestros negocios y para dar el respeto que deberían y merecen. Que todo el mundo no hable inglés, jamás parece que todo el mundo, más gente en el mundo habla español que inglés, y deberíamos realizar eso. Y quiero dar a todos que están oyendo este programa en español, que ellos pueden tener confianza conmigo, que no importa en español o inglés, que pueden venir y discutir conmigo todas las preguntas, los problemas, los temas que ellos quieren platicar sobre lo que es el puerto de Corpus Christi.
Y bien dicho, hablas muy buen español, mis complementos como hablas español y también el mensaje que estás dando a ellos, no nomás porque estás hablando nuestro idioma, pero estás enseñando respeto a toda la gente de hispanos también. You bring to the table the two languages. You bring that cultural sense of unity and how the Hispanic community and the white community, everybody, African Americans, everybody that is a part of our community comes together. And I think that you have shown that you can bring everybody to the table and everybody has a place there. So I want to thank you for coming on and for all you do. Barbara Canales, your newest Port Commissioner, Latina, a businesswoman, a lawyer with an excellent oil background as a petrochemical engineer. We're looking for great things from Barbara. So thank you for coming on again, and God bless you. Hi, this is attorney and board-certified nurse practitioner Joe Flores on behalf of Vasquez Flores Home Health. Nursing homes have their place, but having care in your own home is very important. Call today for more information. Backed by over 20 years of experience, registered nurse Priscilla Vasquez can answer your questions about home care. Call 881-9922. That's 881-9922 today.
Call River City Hospice for your loved one's care today. River City Hospice is a compassionate, patient-centered healthcare provider with a unique approach to medical care and support for people at the end of life and their families. River City Hospice focuses on maintaining dignity, increasing quality of life, and providing comfort and reducing pain due to illness. Hospice care allows your loved one to be treated with dignity and respect and gives them the right to choose. Call 882-5900 today. Hope, dignity, and love. It's got to be River City Hospice. Have you been arrested or are potentially facing criminal charges? You need a trial attorney who is well-versed in the courtroom. Joe Flores has handled hundreds of criminal cases and many of them to trial. Joe Flores can provide you with competent representation to protect your constitutional rights in state and federal court. Joe Flores can help if you have been arrested or facing criminal charges. The law offices of Joe Flores, equal justice for all. Have you or a loved one suffered a stroke, heart attack, unexplained low blood pressure, or death during dialysis? The FDA has issued warnings and recalled the product Granuflo and Naturalite used in dialysis. At least one national company failed to warn the public that over 900 people had suffered cardiac arrest or death. A condition called metabolic alkalosis developed, which may have caused the harm. Call the law offices of Joe Flores today. With a combined 25 years of experience in the medical field and as a trial lawyer, Joe Flores can help. Call now.